Hi there, welcome my dear students. In this lecture, I'm gonna teach you how you can create an animated pop-up by clicking on a button. So for example, you have a form and you want to submit the data onto the database and you have submitted that, and after that you want a pop-up like a confirmation like your data has been submitted. So what you can do, like right now, let me show you the visual. I will click on this submit data button, and can you see this is animated pop-up icon, pop-up not icon, the pop-up here. And if I click on close, this is gonna disappear from here. So this is the project that we are gonna do today. This is a very small project, and you will enjoy this project. You are gonna enjoy this project. So if you have not subscribed my channel, and kindly please do subscribe. And if you have not subscribed my channel, kindly please subscribe my channel to stay updated with latest projects. And this is my new channel, and I need your support to help me in growing this channel. So let's start. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close this from here, and I have this tick here that I'm gonna use, and I will right click on here, and I'm gonna open up this in the VS Code. And the next thing is I need the browser here that I have to use. And what I'm gonna do, I will say yes, I trust the authors. Let me close that. So here I need a file with the name of index.html, and there is one more thing. I need a folder here. So by using Shift A, I can create a folder. So I need a folder with the name of like assets, and inside that I need a folder with the name of CSS. And inside here I need a file with the name of app.css where I'm gonna write my CSS. I'm gonna split up this here and JS as well. So let me, yeah, this is looking fine. And I need to move these images into the assets as well. So it's moved there, and I can create another folder with the name of, like, I can say images. Like this is a directory structure that you can make, like if you are new and you are like starting your career, or you have started your career in the programming, and that's how you need to organize your data. So I'm going to move this to here, like whatever you have. Okay, I have categorized everything. Like if you're working on a big project, it's better to have everything aligned inside the folders. So I have moved my app.css in here, and images into the my tick image into the images folder. Like if you have multiple images, you can categorize them, so you can like track down them easily. So let's start with the index.html. And before running onto that, let me open up the live server here. Okay, it's here. So I need a boilerplate here that we are gonna use. So I'm gonna say this one, and this is going to be animated pop-up. So let me refresh this. Can you see it's animated pop-up now? And our title has been changed. Let's write down the main boilerplate here. So here I'm gonna give a class name with the name of container, and today I'm not gonna use the bootstrap. I'm just using the CSS here, and this is going to be responsive as well. So inside the container I need a button that is going to be into the center, where I need to write some code, and that is going to be button.btn. btn is our class and button is our element, and after that I need a ID as well, and that is going to be submit hyphen button. And there is one more thing, I need the type. That is going to be type is going to be submit. If I hit enter, oh okay, that's right down here. So I need one more thing, that is going to be type is going to be button. So I will save that. Now we have a small button here. Why it's looking very small? Okay, we have didn't write anything inside that. So I'm gonna say that submit data, and let me make this a little bigger. Now inside this container, what I have to do, I need to write up the things for the pop-up. And before writing the things for the pop-up, let's go on and let's write the data for the container and for our button. So here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say asterisk. First of all, let's write down the CSS for its app.js. Let's come into the here, and inside asterisk, like we are gonna say margin is going to be 0 padding is going to be 0, and after that again the box sizing, that is going to be border box, and font family that we are going to use, font family is going to be sans serif. I will save that. And now the next thing that we need to work on, it's our container. Like, can you see this container class? I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna say container. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, dot container. And inside that, I'm gonna say width is going to be 100%. And after that, I'm gonna say height, that is going to be 100 VH. Let me save that. And right now I can't see any kind of impact here because we didn't included the CSS file here. So I'm gonna link that, and I'm gonna say assets. Inside asset I have a CSS folder, inside that app.css. Now I need to link my script as well. So assets, inside that JS, app.js. And whenever you are like linking your JS with your file, make sure that's at the bottom, but I'm not doing that. For that purpose, like if I have to put this at the bottom, I'm gonna use defer. So again, I'm explaining this in almost in my every video. We use the defer, like we are saying that load all of the HTML first, and at the end load our script at the end, because JavaScript is like heavy and like it's take time. If it's loading at the top, like in the head, your page is gonna slow. So we always put this at the end. So we are using defer, like we are saying load everything before this body tags and loads everything. Once there is a last element, after that load this script one. So this is what we are doing by adding the defer attribute here. Now the next thing is, before doing that, let me save that. And can you see border box has been applied now? Box sizing, margins, paddings, and each and everything. And the next thing that we need to do is we need a background color, and that is going to be I have a code that I'm gonna use 02313D. I believe this is the code that I'm gonna use. Yeah, this one. Can you see we have a background now? And there is one more thing that we need to do is we are gonna say display, that is going to be flex. Let me save that. And after that we need to align these items. So I'm gonna say align items, and that is going to be center. Let me save that. It's in the center now, but it's in vertically center, but not it's horizontally, it's not in the center. So for that purpose, I'm gonna use justify content, and that is going to be center. Can you see our button is in the center, like I showed you before in the sample, like what we are gonna do. Okay, the next thing is we need to do is like we need to beautify this button. Right now it's looking very ugly, and let's go and make this beautify. I'm gonna use a class with the name of btn, like this one that we have right down here, btn. And I'm gonna say padding, that is going to be padding 10 pixels top and bottom, and left and right I'm gonna say 60 pixels. And let me save that. Our button size has been bigger now. And after that I need to say border is going to be 0. And after that we need outline. If there is any kind of outline, we are going to say make that 0. Okay, after this we are going to say like font size needs to be 22 pixels. By default it's 16. Our font size has been increased. Next thing, right now I'm hovering, can you see any pointer here? There is no pointer. We want a hand pointer here. So we can say that like before going on to that, we need font weight, and that is going to be, we are gonna say 500, and that will looks more good. And after that we need to put border radius, and we are gonna say border radius is going to be 30 pixels. Let me save that. Can you see it's looking more beautiful now? And there is one more thing that we need to do is cursor, that is going to be pointer. If I save that and if I hover here, can you see I have a cursor appearing here? Okay, the next thing is we need to change this text color, and I'm gonna say color, that is going to be the same like 0 hash 023, this one. Our text color has been changed. Now the next thing that we have to do is, right now there is one more thing that we have to do, that we need to apply the background color, and that is going to be white. Next thing that you have to do, right now there is no hover effect on the button. We need to put a hover effect as well, btn, and after that hover. And I'm gonna say that background color, we want to change the background color, that is going to be hash 00bc d4. Let me save that. And after that, if I hover here, can you see there is a color now? And the next thing that we need to do is color is the text color that we want that to be white. And after that, we are going to apply the transition as well. Right now, it's coming very quickly. We want to apply a transition. So I'm going to say transition on the background. I'm going to say on the background and on the color. I can do all, like on all of the properties, and after that 0.3 as. Let me save that. Can you see it's looking much better now? And I can see ease. Okay, the next thing is we need to work on the pop-up. I'm gonna say here I'm gonna create a div with the name of with the class name popup, and I'm gonna give a ID as well that is going to be popup again, and I will hit enter. So next thing that we need is a image, and you know that inside the assets, inside the images, I have a tick PNG that I have to use, and I'm gonna save that, and let me remove this alt. I'm not gonna write anything in this. So we have this one right now here, and I will make that beautiful. I will fix this. And before moving on into the container, let me go here and I'm gonna say position that is going to be relative. And here I'm gonna say h2. I'm gonna say thank you question mark. Sorry, exclamation mark. Thank you. And after that, I need to do like I'm gonna say p tag, and inside that I'm gonna say your detail has been successfully submitted and thanks. Okay, the last thing is we need a close button. If I save that, can you see we have the text, and there is one more thing that we need. Like when someone is gonna click on close, we want to close this pop-up. Right now it's not popping up. We will fix that by using the JS and some CSS as well. So I'm gonna say button, and that is going to be button. One second, button, and after that I'm gonna give a ID to this button that is going to be close hyphen btn. So now the next thing that we need to do is we need to style this pop-up. So I will come up here and I will say dot pop up, and I'm gonna say width is going to be 400 pixels, and after that I'm gonna give this a background color that is going to be white. Let me save that. We have a background color, beautiful background color here. And the next thing is that we need to do is we are going to say position. Position is going to be absolute. That's why we put the relative here. Or if we are not putting the relative here, it's going to think this one is the relative one by default. So we said that we want this to be default. It's up to you if you want to write or leave, but it's a best practice like you put a position relative here. So I will save that. Can you see it's coming over above the button now? And we are gonna fix that, no problem. So right now we can comment this, it's up to you, or I can say okay, position absolute needs to be here. And after that I'm gonna say text align, that is going to be center. And after that padding, we need to give like padding that is going to be 0 and 30 pixels, and after that again 30 pixels. This means like padding top going to be 0, right is going to be 30, and bottom is also going to be the 30, and the left is also going to be the 30. First 0 means only the top one is going to be 0. Rest is like right, bottom, left. This is a shorthand property of like if you want the first one to be 0 and the other ones you want like 30 pixels like right, bottom and the left. Let me save that. Can you see? And there is one more thing. Let's we can put the 30 pixel as well here, but we are gonna fix that right now in the coming steps. Okay, the next thing is we need to give a color that is going to be 333, and let me save that. We have the color, and after that we are gonna do few more things on here. We need to do the border radius as well. That is going to be 6 pixels. Let me save that. We have the border on the edges. Now the next thing that we are gonna work on, that is we need to like hide this pop-up. So I'm gonna say top. First of all, top is going to be 0. So we want this on top, like we want to this to animate from the top to the middle. So that's why we push this on the top, and left is going to be 50 percent. Let me save that. And after that, I'm gonna say transform, and after that translate. That is going to be 50%, and after that again 50%, and this is going to be minus 50, and again this one also minus 50%. And let me save that. It's in the like it's on top now in the minus. And the next thing that we need to do is we want to scale this. So we're going to say scale, and that is going to be 0. Right now I'm going to do 0.8. I just want to give you a visual right now. Can you see the size is reduced? So we are going to say this size needs to be 1. 0.1. Can you see it's a very small now? So the next thing is that we need to do is we are gonna say visibility, and visibility is going to be we are gonna say hidden, like we don't want to show this element. But before saving that, we need to apply the transition as well, like when it's coming and going out, that's pop up smoothly. So we are gonna say transition, like when it's popping up, we are gonna say transition transform. On this transform, we want transform, this needs to be 0.4 second, and on the top we want this to be 0.4 s. So let me save that. Can you see it's gone? Now we want this to open up on this submit button, like when someone click on the submit data, we want that to be appear here. But for that purpose, what we have to do, we need to give another class. We are gonna say we are gonna we are gonna create another class with the name of open, and we are gonna say popup. And inside that, I'm gonna say visibility, that is going to be visible. And after that, we need we need top, that is going to be 50%. Like from the top, we want 50%. Right now, can you see the top is 0? So once this is the 50%, it's gonna come into the center. And after that, we want this to translate, and sorry, that is going to be transform and translate, that is going to be minus 50. I'm going to copy this as it is, minus 50%, 50%. And this time this scale, we are going to change the scale size. We are going to say scale needs to be 1, like this is going to be the original 1. Okay, let's go on and work on our JS part. Like we want to pop up this we want to uh, show this on the, like when someone is gonna click on the this button. So we are going to work on our JS part. So right now, can you see we have this pop-up div? So first of all, we need to get this one. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna create a variable with the name of popup, and is equal, I'm gonna say document dot get element by id. Sorry, not the class, we are gonna pick up this by the id. So document get element by id, and after that I'm gonna give the ID name, that is our pop-up. And the next thing is we need our button. I'm gonna create another variable that is going to be our submit button, and that is like, can you see we have created ID, this one here. Let me duplicate this and let me paste here, and this is going to be submit btn. And right now, can you see we have this ID submit button? Let me see if I have used this in here. No, I have not used this here. So I'm gonna say instead of submit button, I'm gonna say submit btn. I will copy this and I will paste that here. So the next thing, I'm gonna copy this one. We need one more thing to make this work. Right now we have submit popup, this one, and we have submit btn. Now we want to close this one as well, like this close btn. We need this one. So I'm gonna say close btn. This is my variable, and I'm getting document get element by id. So I'm gonna pass this id into here. So we have all of the important variables here, so we can work on it now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some event. I'm gonna add some add event listeners on here. So first of all, I want to add event listener on submit btn. Like when someone is gonna click on this submit btn, I want event to be occur. So I'm gonna say when someone is clicking, so listen to this event. So I'm gonna say the event is click. the first parameter that is going to be click, and after that I'm gonna pass the function name that is going to be open pop up. This is my function name that I am passing here. I'm missing the comma here. Let me put that. Now we need to write a function. So I'm not using an arrow function. I'm using a simple function. You can go with the arrow function as well. It's up to you. So I'm gonna say open popup. This is our function name that we are calling like when someone is going to click on here. So open popup, and after that inside that we are gonna say popup, like we are gonna pick up this one. Like, can you see that our pop-up it's hidden right now? Can you see visibility is hidden? So we are gonna pick up this class. We are gonna say when someone clicks on this button on this one, we want to open up this function, and we want to perform something on here. So we are saying on this pop-up, do something for us. We are saying add a class list. So we are gonna add a class, add, and after that our class name that we have created, that is open popup. So when we are using the class list, we don't need to mention dot here, and I will save that, and let me click on this one. So once this class has been applied on this one, on this div, and it's gonna show up because the visibility is going to be visible. So if I click here, can you see I can see the pop-up here now? Right now we need to fix this image as well, but let's fix our image first from here. Now I will come up here and I will say dot pop-up, and after that inside that there is an image, and we are gonna say image needs to be 100 pixels, and after that we are going to say margin is going from the top, that is going to be -50, like we want this to be here, cut off this line and middle of it. So this is going to be -50 pixels, and after that I need to drop a shadow as well for this image, and that is going to be box shadow. And let me write down the values of the box shadow quickly. Okay, now if I click on the submit button, can you see it's here, like it's on the minus, it's -50 now from the top. But right now, can you see this circle is coming behind that? This is because we didn't give any border radius, so we need to give border radius, and that is going to, we are gonna say border radius is needs to be 50%. So can you see the border radius has been gone? Let me refresh that and click on here again. It's gone. Now we need to change this color as well. It's green. It's not like 100% matching up with our color schemes. We need to change that. So if you want to change the color of your image, there is a CSS property that you can use, that is like filter, and I'm gonna say Hui rotation, and I'm gonna say that that is going to be 64°. Let me save that. Can you see? So it's up to you, like if you want to change the color, you can rotate this and you can change the color. Let me come up here, let me inspect that, and can you see here this one? If I'm rotate that, can you see on the above color is changing? So it's up to you, like what color you want to give. So I like this one on the 64°, so I'm gonna left this on the 64°. Okay, the next thing is we want to close this button as well, but right now there is some more things that we need to do. Is we need to work on, I'm gonna pick up this one, and I'm gonna say pop up, and after that h2, I'm gonna say font size, that is going to be 38 pixels, and font weight, that is going to be 500, and after that margin, I'm gonna say margin is going to be 30 pixels, 0, and after that it's going to be 10 pixels. Let me save that. Can you see it's looking much better now? Okay, so what this mean? Okay, so what this mean? Like margin 30 pixels, that is going to, from the top right is going to be 0, and from the bottom and the left is going to be 10 pixels. Okay, there is one last thing that we need to work on the CSS side. After that we will move on, like closing this one. Right now we can't see our button, so I'm gonna say dot pop up. Inside that there is a button. We need to work on that. So I'm gonna say width, that is going to be 100%, and after that height, that is going to be 40 pixels. Let me save that. Can you see that it's coming now? It's appearing. And after that we are gonna say margin is going to be 10 pixel from top and bottom, and right left that is going to be 0, And after that, we are saying we need a background color as well. That is going to be, we're gonna use this one, and let me save that. Can you see we have the border color as well? And after that, we need the color that is going to be white. Let me save that. Mm, it's not coming. Oh, we didn't put anything inside that. That's why we need to write close here. So if I click here again, we have the close here now. So the next thing that we need to do is we are gonna say border is going to be 0, and outline, that is also going to be 0, so this can look more good. And after that, the font size, like right now font size is 16, I'm gonna say font size needs to be 18 pixels, so this will look more good. And after that, we need to give a border radius, that is going to be we can say 5 pixels border radius. And after that, we need this, like if I'm hovering here, can you see there is nothing, like it's pointer, our pointer is not coming, so I'm gonna say cursor is going to be the pointer. Let me save that. We have that one now. And after that, the next thing that we need to do is we can give a box shadow to this one. Again, I'm gonna quickly type my box shadow values, 5ps 5px, and after that RGB. It's about the x-axis and the y-axis. It's up to you where you want to set your values. Let me save that. So now the next thing that I want to do is I want to apply the transition on all of the values. So I'm gonna say transition all, or you can apply on the background only to the background. It's up to you. So I'm gonna say 0.3 s and ease. Let me do that. Okay, and the next thing that I have to do, I need to pick up this one. I need to apply the hover effect on this button. So I'm gonna say when someone is gonna hover the button, I want to change the background color, this one, and I'm gonna say transition, and that is going to be all, and that is going to be 0.3 s and ease. Let me save that. Can you see that? It's looking beautiful. Like when I'm hovering, it's coming like slowly, and when I'm hovering out, it's going away. So let's get back, like we need to, like when someone is gonna click on close, we want this to be closed, like this pop-up. So I will come back here into our JS, and I'm gonna close this now. So I'm gonna copy this one, I will duplicate this one. So this time we want to work with this close button. Here we are gonna say when someone is gonna click on this one, do something for us. Like right now it's opening up, we are gonna say close our pop-up. So I'm gonna create a function here with the name of function, and we don't need any param. I'm gonna say close pop-up, and we don't need any parameters inside that. We need some values here, and I'm gonna say pop-up, like this pop-up needs to be closed, like it's appearing right now. We are gonna say class list, and this time instead of add we want to remove our class, and this one I'm gonna paste that, like open pop-up needs to be removed. Let me save that. Let me reload. If I click here, it's appearing. When I'm gonna close, it's disappearing. Can you see? It's going back. Let me inspect that and let me show you. So so we are done with our code. Can you see it's responsive as well? This is the small size of the screen. Let me put this on a bigger screen. So let me hover here. Can you see this is our pop-up box? If I click here, can you see one class has been open pop-up has been added. Now this one, if I'm gonna click on close, this class is gonna remove from here. I will click on close. Can you see it's gone? So that's it about our project. And if you have liked my video, kindly please do subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon as well to stay updated. Take care, bye bye, and see you in the next lecture.